Welcome to Solo Shot First, and it's been a while since I have done a video. I've just not had the chance to do any. I've just been so busy with work, which is just such a shame, but unfortunately real life gets in the way of those things. So hopefully I will start to do a few more videos a little bit more frequently. But today we are going to be having a look at the re-released Weequay from Star Wars Return of the Jedi. Now this is obviously part of the 40th anniversary wave, and I've got to say, I mean, personally, I was over the moon when they re-released this. I never had this figure in the VC 1.0 range, or sorry, line, I should say, and so a really, really welcome addition. And also because this Weequay figure, certainly on the secondary market, used to go for really, really silly money. And it probably, look, I don't know, I haven't checked anything like that. If you're a real sort of collector of the carded figures, and you're you're wanting to complete all of the lines, the back of this card back is going to be very different to the original VC Weequay. But as I said, this was a really, really welcome addition to me, because not only I needed this figure, but the Weequay and all of these sort of Jabba's goons just are perfect for the the 40th anniversary of Return of the Jedi. In terms of the card back itself, it is a stunning looking card. You've got the Return of the Jedi in the red there. The Weequay name pill is almost like a sandy, I'd like to class it as like a sandy yellow. And the actual figure, or I should say the actual, the colour behind the figure is exactly the same. So it does make the figure stand out really, really nicely. And the image that you've got of the Weequay there on this card back is a still from the film. So absolutely fantastic. I did have the original of this from back in the 80s. I think it might have been 83, 84 that they released it, and it is somewhere, but I just couldn't dig it out for the purposes of this video, which is a bit of a shame, because it was one of my favourite characters, certainly back when I was a child. Just love those aliens, and I love all of these, and so I was, as I said, over the moon to get this figure. So let's have a look at the packaging on the back. So VC 107, it was from that original line. On the back here, again, we've got the standard sort of things they do: the nice Star Wars racetrack, vintage collection logo, and other figures that are part of what they class as that wave. Although some of them, I think, most of them have probably been released. I don't think I've got all of them. But it's a real shame again. Look, I understand why they haven't done it with this sort of VC 107, but it is a real shame that they just don't give you a little bit more information on the figures themselves like they used to do. All that legal information on the back of the card it just seems an awful waste. But anyway, I think I've rambled on about that enough in most of my videos, so apologies for that. So I'll just let you look at that card back again, because this is a really, really lovely card back. As I said, a really welcome addition to re-release this figure. And again, as a card, if you're a carded collector and you didn't get this first time round, then absolutely an amazing opportunity to get this. And if you're an opener, then this is going to be a figure that you're going to want, certainly, if you're going to do any sort of dioramas around like a throne, with the imminent release of the throne room soon. I believe that is not probably too far away now. Or you've got a barge set up, or even the skiffs, which is he's standing on there. Then you're definitely going to want this figure for your dioramas. As simple as that. Anyway, let's get the figure out of the packaging and we'll have a look. Okay, so here he is out of the packaging. Now I do know that this is, I think, possibly with one or two minor alterations. I believe it's pretty much a repack of the original VC107. So you don't have anything like the butterfly hinge here on the legs. You know, it is quite straightforward. But the look of this figure, if I can bring him in for you and keep my hand steady, I apologise. I hope this light's going to show it. That is a really nice looking figure. Again, I have heard sort of some people say it might be a slightly different paint application to the original one. That I can't comment on, and I wouldn't want to really. I think that is a really nice looking figure. You know, good detailing on his clothing. Nice detailing on the belt there with that sort of little gold buckle. It is an impressive looking figure. Really, really impressive. In terms of the articulation, as I said, I do know that you know, it's not got the butterfly hinge, but you know, you still do have the good articulation. So articulation wise, you know, you've got articulation at the head with the swivel. You've got articulation in the shoulders, in the elbows, and just a swivel at the wrists. There's no crunch in the body, which I don't think is necessarily a bad thing. I think it can work on some figures, not on others. So I'm quite happy with this. I would much prefer, really, even probably with a lot of the other, you know, the new molds that we've been getting, I would prefer that sort of swivel at the waist, really. As I said, now the legs here, I suppose, are the only thing that you would say are holding it back, because there isn't sort of any real articulation in terms of sort of being able to sort of move the legs. The legs just sort of go up and down, I believe, yeah. But there is articulation at the knees and at the ankles with a swivel. So no rock or anything like that. And you wouldn't expect it, as I said, it's pretty much a straight repack. From the back, again, the figure looks really, really nice from the back as well as the front. Just some really, really good detail. Whoops. Sorry about that. And I've got to say, you know, for me, it's just sort of one of those, again, one of those aliens. I love all of these aliens. I think they're absolutely fantastic. And, you know, I'd like to see more. You know, these are the sort of figures now that you tend not to get traditionally. I know that they are doing a 3-pack of the, you know, some more of Jabba's Goons, which will be released later on in the year, that are to sort of complete the skiffs. But if you think about the number of figures that we've had like this recently, these type of aliens, probably the only one that you've really had, and please correct me, anybody, if I'm wrong, but I think it's probably the Klatooinian Raider. So that you don't tend to get these type of figures that much anymore, which is a bit of a shame. But and even from, you know, the new modern series and things like that. So this is an absolutely fantastic welcome addition. As I said, loved this figure as a child. I wish I had that one that I have somewhere from the 80s to put alongside it, because I think that still holds its weight really in terms of its looks and the quality of it. But this is superb, and I've got to give a big thumbs up really to Hasbro for actually re-releasing this. So in terms of the actual accessories that you get with this, you just get the 2 accessories. You get his pistol, which is just a sort of a plain black plastic, but quite nice. And then you get his staff, which again, that's just sort of a plain grey silver, but it's pretty nice detailing on it. Yeah, that's pretty much what you got with the figure, I think, in the 80s. So overall, this is just a really welcome addition. And it's a fantastic looking figure. Anyway, I hope you have enjoyed this video today. If you have, please hit the like button. If you're new to the channel and you want to subscribe, please do. If you've got any questions, any comments, please leave them in the comments section below, and I'll come back to you as soon as possible. I hope you've enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching.